Hey, it's Rick Brandenburg for Turf Bugs and Rock and Roll, and I'm standing out here kind of getting misted on a little bit, and made me think, well, we need to talk a little bit about rain and how that impacts pests and pest management. Obviously with things like weeds, it helps the seeds germinate, it can wash the herbicide off, it can do a lot of things with diseases, it can help create the proper high humidity environment for diseases to sporulate or whatever in the world they do. In the case of insects, it also has specific impacts, especially soil insects. Insects such as fire ants, insects like mole crickets, white grubs. It can impact the effectiveness of the insecticide, the movement of the insecticide down, but also it can impact just what the insects are doing, and it can impact their behavior. And I always recommend, in the case of, even if you're doing preventive mole cricket or preventive white grub controls, I recommend doing it when the soil is moist, perhaps following a rain or a real healthy irrigation, and then obviously irrigating the product after you've applied it. And the reason for that, when you have good moist soil and good moist organic matter, it does allow the insecticide to move down into the soil well and not get stuck or trapped right on the surface. So I think good soil moisture as a result of a good rain really helps. And then as you get good soil moisture, it keeps the insects like grubs and mole crickets right up near the surface. If you're doing a rescue type treatment where you've already got existing grubs and existing mole crickets, which are harder to control, treating after a good soaking rain or after a real good irrigation gets the insects up close to the surface. You apply the product, you water it in, you're always going to get better control than if you applied it to a drier soil. So rainfall can really improve the performance of products by getting the insects up and active near the surface. Same thing with fire ants. When it's really, really dry, they kind of have a tendency to seal off their mound and not be so active, and that really makes baits much less effective. So rainfall can have a positive impact on your ability to control an insect by keeping the soil moist and making the activity of the insect such that the insecticide will work better. Hope that helps. Look forward to talking with you again soon.